obviously our show is not. I know your channel's mostly PG. I don't think you swear on your channel because maybe monetization purposes, but.
That used to be it, but honestly, they don't care anymore, so I've started to.
Cool. Nice.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. I saw that they had like that keynote where they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna kind of be a little more lenient on."
As long as it's not in the first 10 seconds or something, you don't drop a fuck, then you're good.
Yeah.
My guests on the podcast, we've been going off. I mean, I don't know. I just don't naturally do it in the reviews because I'm like, kind of a nerd.
Yeah.
But no, I'm all for it. No issues. We can be PG-13, R, X, whatever you want.
Sounds good. Let's fucking go.
Let's go, dude.
This is available on Patreon episode. Yeah. Let's get it.
OnlyFans exclusive episode.
Jeff at Fuck It Home. Let's go.
Every fucking week, new movies get released. How does anyone ever see these? There are too many movies.
Welcome to There Are Too Many Movies, family.
Hi.
This week on You know what? Let's just take it again.
Okay. All right. One more time.
And I'll edit the first one out.
Please do that.
And
we're trying to be professional here. So.
Yeah. So
I'm fixing my arm, by the way, so don't let that bother you.
I won't.
Okay.
It wasn't going to bother me.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to let you know, just in case it did.
Okay. So
Cool.
one more time. Welcome to There Are Too Many Movies, family. This week on There Are Too Many Movies, we have a very special guest. Jeff from Films at Home on YouTube has joined us.
Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Thanks for having me. Hello, everyone.
For those
Glad
that
to
don't
be
know,
here.
for those that don't know, what is Films at Home?
Films at Home is it was a YouTube channel. Now it's sort of a YouTube channel, podcast, social media thing. You can find me everywhere, but it's all physical media talk. So your physical media minute is my physical media channel. That's all I do, pretty much. So I'm a collector and I love home video and physical media. So I review discs and talk about collecting and different special editions and home theater type stuff. That's what I cover. So podcast, YouTube, social media, everywhere you can find me. Films at Home.
He's created a physical media monopoly, if you will. That's why we're only allotted a minute per episode to discuss physical media because everyone's like, you're not fucking Jeff.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
My lawyer will come get you if it's longer than a minute.
Yeah.
We're contractually obligated to do this episode now.
Exactly. Jeff from Films at Home is here. We're going to be talking watch lists and basically physical media. So before we talk about that, $5 a month on Patreon will get you access to a bonus episode, the Discord, feet content.
Yeah, all types of stuff.
Back shots.
Back shots, feet.
And those are just photos of our backs.
That's the only thing.
That's it.
And that's the only thing it is.
Nothing weird.
Nothing weird. There's definitely no nudity on our patreon.com/there are too many movies for $5 a month.
Yeah. Well, men's asses isn't considered nudity anymore by Instagram standards. So.
That's true.
That's just bodies.
We're in the TOS, like I said.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyways, $5 a month will get you access to that. That's pretty much it.
Jeff, what you been watching?
Yeah, so look, I don't know if you guys have seen, I'm trying to write a book, right? This is my crazy goal for this year. So I'm going decade by decade through horror movies. So that's part of what I've been watching. I'm in the 1920s right now. So in the last week or couple weeks, I've watched The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. I watched The Phantom of the Opera, the original, 1925, 1929. There's a couple different versions. Haxan, which is a Criterion Collection movie about witches. It's like a documentary about witchcraft that was made in the 1920s. Like a little too close to witch trials and stuff for probably their comfort, but
so it's more of a documentary for that time.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was too real. So I've been watching a ton of it's all old. Most of it's silent, black and white, kind of crazy old horror movies, which has been fun because I haven't seen a ton of those. Most of them I haven't seen in a very long time. I haven't seen any of them, period. The ones that I just mentioned. So it's been a lot of weird silent movie nights. So I guess I haven't needed the surround sound system. Say that it's been a little quiet, just the music.
You get a brand new surround sound system just to kick it off with some silent films.
Jeff, I've been meaning I've been meaning to watch The Uninvited. I feel like you recommended that a while back on your channel. Is that kind of like in that same, like, is that from the same era or is that a little later?
I think that's I want to say it's 40s, like early 40s. It's close.
Okay.
It's it'll be in the next couple. It's like 41 or something. So that's great though. It's a great ghost story, like one of the most classic ever. So I'll definitely be watching that. I've got like a couple left from the 20s, and then I start diving into the 30s, which is mostly like Universal Monsters stuff, which will be a lot of fun. That's Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein, all that fun stuff.
Nice.
Have you always been a fan of those, the Universal Monsters flicks?
Yeah, that's sort of as far back as I ever went before.
Right.
I had the big box set. Now they're out on 4K if you want to talk physical media, but they have 4K releases, which are incredible. But yeah, that's always what I've been gone, like as far as I've gone back is like a Dracula. It's like 1931. So like the 20s, this was totally new to me. So it's been fun.
Have you ever, while you're watching a silent film, added your own soundtrack? Or do you just raw dog it?
I pretty much raw dog it. I mean, whatever's there. The fun thing is, like, usually there's multiple options, and about 5 minutes in, I'm like, this guy fucking sucks. I don't like his score. Or, there's another one to try at least. So
wait, so they come with score options?
Oh yeah, because a lot of these don't have like the original. Like they would have a lot of them like played places and like had a freaking orchestra like playing with them, right?
Oh,
so there's
right.
there's like guys who did scores in like the 70s, and there's a guy who did a more recent one. So like the discs include several that you can choose from, which is kind of fun and
wild.
You can usually tell 5 minutes in, like, am I vibing with this or not? Like, this guy's a little organ heavy here. I'd rather some piano. Like, it's funny.
I think I would just have to do the commentary track. I would have to do the podcast that's available on the disc.
Yeah.
To watch that movie.
That's wild. So they have different options per movie, basically.
Yeah, usually a couple.
So you're watching this on what kind of this is physical media, I assume.
Yeah, all of these I watched on physical media. They're all available. I did watch some movies from like the 1900s and the 1910s, which you can't get, so I had to watch those on YouTube, and that's where you get some janky ass scores because they're just like YouTube people uploading them and like doing their own music.
What's a freesound.org?
Yeah, like breaking out GarageBand. It's not good. Yeah,
you hear like the stock watermark through the whole film. Just
those were rough. But yeah, these ones are all on disc, and you get a couple different options, and it's pretty sweet.
Of these, what would you recommend to like a casual moviegoer, like someone that's very much not used to watching silent films?
I mean, Nosferatu is pretty solid. Like that one.
Right.
And it's funny because like I know Nosferatu from that SpongeBob episode.
Yeah.
From way back when, the hash slinging slasher where he pops up for a few seconds in the episode. Nosferatu. So like I always knew, oh, Nosferatu, like who's that? So I always knew that character, and yeah, that one's pretty accessible. Like that one's creepy no matter who you are, and it's silent, but like it does the job. The rest of them, iffy. Phantom of the Opera's not bad. It's got a few good moments. Caligari's pretty good too, but like you've got to really be in that mood because you have to be locked in. Like you're reading a lot. There's title cards,
full screen art cards, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of reading. You've got to really invest.
Yeah. And Phantom of the Opera, that's got that iconic one of the, like, it was in the Shudder series I watched, the like scariest moments of all time, where the Phantom of the Opera, like that sort of skeleton monster face when he turns around.
I didn't get that far.
The Phantom himself when it's finally revealed and all that.
The first reveal. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, that works now. It still works.
Imagine seeing that in the 20s, like your asshole just turns inside out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God,
just projectile vomiting immediately.
Well, they thought a train was going to kill them all, and they're like, guys, it's a flat screen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That would genuinely kill people back then.
They were dumb as shit back then, I gotta say.
Seriously.
Yeah. Idiots. Watching moving pictures.
Stupid.
They were so smart they'd still be alive. Like
exactly. We're alive, so we're smarter.
Dumb idiots.
That's how
Dead
that works.
Idiots, dude. Yes. Anyways, so Nosferatu, are you stoked for that remake?
I am, because I'm a big Robert Eggers fan.
Nice.
he's my guy right now. I don't know. He's a New Hampshire guy like me. So I'm like, I'm like, I could be Robert Eggers. I know I can't be. But I'm like,
literally you.
He grew up like 15 minutes from me.
Whenever The Witch came out, like, were you just in awe of a New England folktale?
Oh yeah, because I love the folk horror stuff. Period. Like that's always what I like. I've lived in New England my whole life. It's a creepy area. I mean, there's like, you just drive through towns and it's like, oh, there's the old witchcraft hanging grounds with the memorial, and it's like, Jesus Christ, like what happened here? And so there's so much like awful history and horrible things that happened in the earliest days of like America and the colonies, that it's always been kind of a creepy area. Like I like to walk around the woods up here and just vibe to that.
Have you ever seen anything you can't explain in New England?
It's a good question. There was a state hospital like in the town I grew up in that had some old broken down buildings that we used to just kind of poke around in, and there was some stuff that happened at night. You just can't, I mean, just noises and just like weird shit would happen to your car, or you know, we used to have walkie-talkies. I'm talking like I'm like 12 or 13. We'd have a walkie-talkie and that thing would go haywire the minute you walked over there. Just some real weird stuff. So
like one time I saw a goat turn into a man, and then asked me if I wanted butter.
Yeah.
That's not good.
In a pretty dress. Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah. So you're working through the 20s. You're coming up on the 30s, the Universal stuff. Didn't a Universal box set for the Universal
Pretty
Monsters
recently.
box set come out recently?
Yeah, it's been a couple. They did like the core 4 movies, and then they just did another 4. They had like Bride of Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and some others. So The Mummy, I think.
So is your book?
Yeah, there's like 8 of them.
Is your book focused on like horror mainly?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I literally started with the first ever horror movie, which is a 3-minute short from 1896. And
Nice.
Watched it on YouTube, wrote about it, watched a couple other like short films from the 1900s. I'm just going to go decade by decade, and every decade's like a chapter where I just kind of talk about the stuff.
That's awesome.
And,
That's cool.
I mean, it's just as much as a way for me to just like, I don't know, put my thoughts down somewhere as it is to like if nobody ever buys it, I'd still be happy that I did it, just to say I did it. So
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that's gonna blow up. That's gonna
Yeah.
be great.
I saw you're writing for Bloody Disgusting now too, right?
I am. Yeah, that's
sick.
super cool. They
Shouts to
brought
that.
me on just this month. I wrote the first couple pieces, and I'm really trying to give them John Squires, who's the like managing editor over there. He's pretty big on Twitter. You've probably seen his stuff, but he likes physical media. So I was like, hey, like I can actually write a little bit as well as do videos. And we got talking, and he was like, I want more physical media content. So I banged out a couple articles. I'm doing like monthly physical media roundups for them so that people know what's coming out from
That's
the horror
sick,
genre,
dude.
so we can promote it. So
Damn.
yeah, hopefully it helps.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
it's
you're
been
doing a
of
lot
fun.
genuinely just for physical media, like as a culture, you know, like, or
Trying.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked about this in the past. Like, I mean, you encounter people that are just, they don't care, and that's okay.
Oh yeah,
That's okay.
We have clips that have gone viral because we're talking about how important physical media is, and they're like, just stream it, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, thousands of comments of people like, it's on Netflix, dude. You Apple TV it. Like,
Yeah.
It's the ease of
No, man.
access, and it's like they don't get the higher fidelity, and it's just a better experience.
Yeah.
and like also discounting that like we definitely stream things as well. Like
Right.
Yeah.
it's not
Absolutely.
like an either or. It's just
Yeah.
like, no, this is the best option to watch your favorite films, you know?
Yeah, and it's so weird, like considering people don't care. You know, we care about films, and that's just our thing. So it's hard for us to imagine not. But
Yeah.
our thing, like people, like I'm sure you know, the most popular medium that's still being sold today is DVDs, and that like breaks my heart. Where it's like, God, like just get a Blu-ray, and they're like, isn't a Blu-ray like smoother, weird looking video? And so they think it's like
Motion smoothing on their TV.
they think it's like, you know, motion smoothing on their TV, and I'm just like, like it's painful, and I know we sound like fucking nerds right now, but
Yeah.
it's like they don't see the difference. And I mean, even yesterday I had my family over for a movie night for my birthday, and my dad was like, what screen size is this? And I'm like 65. He's like, huh. I'm like, go on. He's like, oh, it's just really sharp.
These chromas are out of this world.
Yeah, the skin tones. He starts like spouting off like industry terms. He's like, did you white balance this?
He's like Phil Hartman in Small Soldiers.
Yeah, exactly.
The chromas.
Yeah. So yeah, people don't realize it until they really see it. Like my dad even was just like, what'd you do here?
I plugged it in.
Yeah, I put a disc in. It wasn't even a 4K disc. That's what was.
Oh wow, just a standard Blu-ray.
Standard burn after reading Blu-ray HD. Like it was just, and it looked great. Like the noise and the sharpness and all that. But do you find yourself sort of have you ever found yourself encountering those people and making a pitch for physical media live?
Occasionally. I honestly try to stay. I realize that 99% of people don't give a shit what I have to say. Like, and it's nerd talk. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm passionate about it, and that's why we have such a passionate like community of people that are real solid that do care. I try to explain it to people. Like, I've converted my wife because she has to listen to me all day. She's like, she gets it now. We watch something and she'll be like, this stream's not right. Do you have this on a disc? And I'll be like, that's right.
Yeah.
Taught you well. But yeah, I mean, it's really hard. I just like don't even get into it because most people don't even have the player. So I can't even be like, hey, take this, like borrow it from me, watch it. I offer that up to people all the time. I'm like, hey, I got 2,000 movies down in this basement. You want something? Let me know. Good chance I have it. Like, I think only my brother has ever taken me up on it. Like, nobody cares to come rent from my home video library.
Yeah. It like when you have people over and you see them start to hover around your collection, you're just like, what are you looking at? You're like, isn't that neato? You like that packaging? Like.
And it happens. And they do like, they're like, wow, this is really cool. Like, look at you. Even guys I have like, I had a guy come in and work on our heating system, which is in the basement in the next room. And he walked through. He's like, damn, it's like Blockbuster in here. And I was like, yeah, it is. Like, do you like it? He's like, you got tons of DVDs. And I was like, actually, sir, they're Blu-rays. And like,
then his eyes glaze over.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm sorry. Just, get our heat back on. I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, man. Anyways, so amongst your work, you did your watch list is essentially the 1920s horror. Is there any specific movie from that era you want to talk about?
There's more. There's a lot more to the watch list than that. I have to be fair. Like, so that is a focus right now. But I've been watching a ton of like, I have to review these movies. So like, I just watched The Prince of Egypt again for the first time in a very long
classic.
Time. Because we have I brought it, but we have the 4K disc that just came out. So had to review that for the channel. What a great movie. Like, unbelievable. I saw it as a kid, so I don't think I appreciated it. And like, I haven't watched it in probably 15 years. And I was just blown away watching it again. So that was incredible. I just watched Invaders from Mars, the 1953 kind of schlocky B movie that got a 4K release. So a lot of the stuff I watch is like because it just came out on disc and I'm watching it for reviews.
Yeah.
But one, I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but the Devonsville Terror. This was a movie I watched recently that I was like, damn, more people should probably watch this one from the 1970s. This is obscure horror land right here. This is what I'm getting into.
Yeah. What's it about?
So it's like, it's again, witches. I don't know. I got a thing for witches and witchcraft, I guess. But it's like, movie starts like witchcraft, witch trial era in this little town somewhere, like brutally murdering witches on screen. Like, this is real 70s horror. They tie a lady to a wooden wheel with spikes and roll her down the hill to kill her. Like, Jesus. We're not just lighting them on fire or hanging them or drowning them. Like, they are brutalizing.
So it's a comedy.
It is actually kind of funny, to be honest. It is a little funny. But then it kicks in the modern day, and like these three women show up in the town again, and they're like reincarnated, of the three witches that were killed 300 years ago, and the townspeople kind of freak out, and they have like this weird like mass hysteria where they're all like, these three women who just showed up are, one's there for a job, one's there on a summer trip, and they're like, they're the witches, we have to kill them again. And the whole town goes like kind of nuts and loses its shit and like tries murdering these women again. It's a really interesting, like, there's like the mass hysteria, like cults. Like, I just see it and like, I'm just like, okay, this is like what's happening in this country right now in a lot of areas where people are just like pitchforks and torches, like going after things.
Yeah,
so it's super relevant, even though it's like 50 years old at this point. I was like, damn, there's a lot of themes here that apply today, and it was just really cool.
Now, are there any names attached to this one? Is there like a director or something, like any names that would be familiar to the casual fan?
The only person you'd probably recognize, Donald Pleasance, is in it.
Okay, gotcha.
So you've got him from Halloween and Prince of Darkness, and he's a million different horror. He kind of like just started doing weird horror movies for a little bit there.
Yeah, because he was like a serious actor, and then Halloween sort of like changed the trajectory of his career, right?
Right. So that he's really the only. I have the disc here. If you see, it's a pretty sweet.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a really cool cover.
From Vinegar Syndrome, one of my favorite companies. So they just put it out, and it's like totally restored. It looks incredible. But the director was Uli Lomel, who did The Boogeyman. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but Donald Pleasance is probably it. There's a guy in this who's like a character actor who's also in Office Space. Robert Walker Jr., who's an Easy Rider. I mean, it's nobody like super recognizable other than Pleasance.
So was it just the release that kind of caught your eye and you're like, oh, I gotta check this out? Like, is it the cover that kind of speaks to you, or
it does do that? Like that still applies today when you used to walk in a Blockbuster and or whatever home video store you had and
it was the best
rent the movie with the cool cover.
Yeah.
That was part of it, but it actually came from John at Bloody Disgusting. I think happened to watch it and tweeted about it and said like, wow, this movie, I don't think enough people have seen it, like super relevant today, still holds up, has some great moments, and has a great message. And I was like, okay, well, I've got Vinegar Syndrome rewards points, so sold. Done.
Sold. I love like kind of how you're talking about how like, you know, you had a guy working on your house and he sees like your wall of Blu-rays. I think that's another thing. It's like it reminds us of going back to Blockbuster and just looking at covers.
Yeah.
And how that would sell you on a rental. Like I always think of the Dead Alive
100%.
Poster.
Jack Frost, like those films that were just like, I need to watch this right now. And then
Evil
having
Dead
your
2
own,
had a good one.
Yeah, having your own collection kind of makes you look at those and be like, oh man, this sounds really good right now. Like as opposed to just scrolling on Netflix. Like there's something entirely different about scrolling on any streaming service.
Yeah.
Where it's like the cover is going to be like you're going to scroll over it and it's going to be a trailer. Right?
A random character that you don't even care. Plus you're at the mercy of whatever licenses they've managed to keep hold.
Yeah.
Well, there's that, but also you're at the mercy of their algorithm. They're actually choosing what you should watch or what you're going to watch. Like I saw this really interesting, like this podcast that broke down how their like algorithm works, and it's like it's pretty straightforward. It's obvious how like they can choose what is in the top 10 and what's recommended, but it's one of those things where it's like they're not really choosing good movies. They're choosing movies for you to talk about the next day. It's like this is going to be this weekend's, you know, thing. Like, all right, drop it this weekend, and then this is this week's cooler talk.
Yeah,
you know, everybody's going to talk about this thing, and then that's kind of fascinating when you think about it that way. But it's also like back to what you were saying. Half the time when I want to watch a movie, I'll peruse my collection before I even browse a new release, just because I it's easier for you to check a vibe to be like, yeah, this is what I want to watch, or this is what I want to, this is what I'm feeling right now. And like, yeah, you go on Netflix and you hover over something for 0.5 seconds, it bombards you with a trailer, and you're like, can I just like literally
look at it?
Can I look at this cover? Can I read? And that's another fascinating thing is the covers change per user and per time spent on Netflix and all kinds of weird like marketing research based on your ad profile. Like you will get different covers and they just swap them out if you've passed over one a few times.
Yeah, it'll be like maybe now with fucking John Travolta instead of Uma Thurman on the Pulp Fiction cover. You'll watch it.
Yeah.
Or you know, Pedro Pascal is getting like his renaissance, and so they're like, oh well, he's in Narcos, so every narco thing is him front and center, and it's like it's like a fucking psyop half the time. Like it's like this, they are just hacking our brains to watch what they want us to watch half the time, which is like, I don't know, getting a little existential. But I genuinely believe Pedro Pascal is not as hot as everybody thinks he is, but that's a whole other thing.
No one asked, but all right.
Yeah, I don't think we needed to get into that.
I think it's a government CIA psyop, but we won't get into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you passed him like on the street, it would just be like, he's a dude, but then they make enough thirst trap edits on TikTok, and everybody's like, he's daddy.
He's daddy.
He's
Just to make a
he's-
note that we need to make more thirst traps of the podcast.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good content
Right.
idea. Yeah,
And that now we're gonna have to make a Jeff thirst trap
Yeah. Sorry, Jeff.
to
Sorry.
promote your
Please
episode.
do.
Jeff.
sorry, Jeff, you're in our thirst trap. It's just you like it's like cutting. It does those snap zooms so you different DVDs. You're just like, doosh, doosh. But it always starts with a line, and then the music drops.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they're-
Yeah.
It's like, so this 4K release, it's one of the best of the year. And then it's just going to be you in different 4K DVDs.
Just mirrored angles.
Yeah. Those weird corkscrew edits they do that look like they're made by
Dutch
AI.
angles.
Yeah. Anyways, so your watch list, what else have you been watching? Besides what was it called? The movie from the 70s, one more time?
The Devonsville Terror. Recommended. Definitely go check that one out.
You're making me
Yeah,
want to
just-
watch The Prince of Egypt like
Yeah.
ASAP. I remember
You
crying
should.
during that movie when I was a kid.
And this new disc is only like $20. Like it's one of the cheaper 4Ks you can buy, and it's
But I don't
unreal.
like the blue case for those new. Does it come with a blue case like Training Day did?
no, it's got a black case.
Oh, okay, cool.
We're here, and it's got all gold on the slip. It's all gold and shiny. It's
Isn't
real
it weird
cool.
that the 4K Training Day is blue though?
Yeah, somebody screwed up, or they ran out of cases and just had to push it up. Now they're black. If you go in the store and buy them, they're black.
Oh, okay, cool.
Damn.
But the first
No,
couple weeks,
I
they
got
were
the steel
blue.
book, so I mean
Oh, okay. Some
that's
dude-
a skill issue if you buy the plastic.
yeah,
the plastic
seriously.
case.
I want to go back in time and find the motherfucker that made all Blu-ray cases blue. That's what
For
I want to
real.
do. I want to like
They
clear.
thought it was like a galaxy brain move. They're like, it's called a Blu-ray, so we'll make it blue, and it's
Yeah.
just so dumb.
It's so confusing too. Like always, like the confusing name tends to win out. Like HD DVD died.
Makes
Better.
so much more sense.
It makes so much more sense because
Yeah. I'm a marketing guy. Like HD DVD, I don't know how they fumbled the bag hard. That
Yeah.
should have won.
it's so. I think it's Sony's. Sony is responsible for killing HD DVD, if I remember correctly, because
It's the PS3.
yeah, they essentially
That's
chose
what it comes
which,
down to.
Exactly, they chose which technology to put in their PlayStation.
Well,
and
didn't
that.
the 360 play HD DVDs and not Blu-rays?
I think you had to get an attachment. Didn't
You
you
had
have
to
to get
buy
like a
an
separate?
attachment that was like $100.
Yeah,
That's
see,
where you
they-
fucked up.
Yeah,
And
they did.
The only reason I ever watched DVDs was because I had a PS2.
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you have a Laserdisc player, Jeff?
I don't have a Laserdisc player. I've got a VHS. I've got a, and then DVD can go in everything I have. But that's as far back as I go as VHS. I have Laserdiscs purely
Yeah.
for display.
Have
Same.
you done
Same.
videos on your VHS collection? I don't think I've seen.
It's small. It's nothing really. I have like literally, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is still sealed. I'm keeping that one sealed.
That's
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But I have like Halloween and I have like the OG Star Wars before they fucked them all up and edited them on VHS and just a couple things like that, like Jaws. Like I don't have anything crazy. I just have a couple of my favorites.
a couple
cool.
classics.
cool.
Yeah, that's how it starts. Yeah,
I know.
That's the gateway drug to having
Yeah.
an unhinged collection of VHS.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you started VHS, you ended up Betamax, and then pretty soon you're into coke, heroin. Just a slippery slope.
Exactly.
Laserdiscs, HD DVDs.
Then cheese.
Yeah.
Then Tylenol, PM, and heroin, and
It's just a cool vibe, guys.
it's just cool guy shit.
For the boys only.
Yeah, it's fellas time. Anyways, so what kind of physical media stores do you have around you?
My big one is Bull Moose. They're a local New England chain.
That
really
sounds
started
so
as a
New
music
England.
store. Sorry?
I was just gonna say that sounds so New England. Bull Moose.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're in Maine, in New Hampshire. They have like a couple in New Hampshire and then a bunch more in Maine. There's maybe like 9 or 10 locations, but they're legit. I mean, there's used DVDs, used Blu-rays, used 4K discs, all the newest stuff, all the like real weird boutique stuff. And then they have video games, vinyl, CDs, cassettes, books. I mean, it's everything.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds so much like basically
Movie
trading company.
Yeah.
So there's Movie Trading Company here in like the South, and then there's also Vintage Stock, which owns Movie Trading Company. So I don't know if you're familiar with those. I don't know if they have those in like the New England area.
No, but I've heard just from doing this for a while. I've heard other people talk about them.
Whenever you travel, are you going to try out different physical media stores?
I try to. The thing is, like, I used to travel a lot for work pre-COVID. Now I work from home, so I'm primarily here. But I travel occasionally, and everywhere I travel to, it's like there's nothing. Like I went to Chicago, and it was like, I literally asked. I'd ask people on Twitter, on YouTube, like, what's out here? Nothing. I went to Philadelphia. What's here? Family Video. I don't even know if they're open anymore. Like it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's so dead everywhere.
They're like, you could check out a
experience is
movie
not
from
good.
Redbox and not return it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when I'd always Google like video stores near me, and it'd be
Yeah.
like 10 red boxes, and I'd be like,
Exactly.
that is not a video store. That does
No.
not count.
And like a Dollar General, they have like the dollar bin
Yeah.
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is,
So
I don't know if that was like, whenever you're talking about how like 60 or 70% of all physical media sales now are DVDs, I feel like that's all dollar stores or like the Walmart bins, because like those are
it is.
mostly DVDs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like the double
It's-
pack of Monsters versus Aliens with National Treasure. And they're like, it's only $1.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
It is a lot of that, and it's also like libraries and schools and things like that buy up that, like, you figure like every library across the country like gets the new release DVD for $10 or $15 and rents it out. So right there, how many DVD sales are we talking about every
True.
week? Like,
communism at work.
You're right.
it's a fair amount.
We're in late capitalism. We're in late capitalism, guys. People throw around late capitalism like they're smart, and I hate it so much.
Just say you're poor.
So, did you want to get back to your watch list? But we have a few more questions about your actual collection. But do you have anything
No,
else? on
you
your
go ahead, shoot. I mean, most of my watch, that was the one movie I wanted to talk about, and I'll give them props. Vinegar Syndrome does. I don't know if you bought, but they have the clear case, so not a blue
Yes.
case.
Shout out to them.
Not a
for
blue
that.
case. They get it.
get
but
it.
I just, I had some other stuff if you wanted to look at it real quick that I'm going to watch, but nothing on my watch. So I pulled some stuff off the shelf that's new that might be cool to look at. But you can ask away. I mean, we
So
can
is
do
it
whatever.
time for a physical media minute then?
Yeah, this is a physical media hour, but yes.
Well, yeah, essentially. This is the physical media minute, everybody.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Let's do it.
It's like shocked him. Like, yeah.
Well, it's very important, obviously.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep. So, what do you got for us?
Oh, this one's pretty sweet. I just bought this the other day, but the big A24,
Of
the
course.
Lighthouse.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is the whole 9 yards here with the booklet and the 4K disc, which is first time it's ever been on 4K, which is exciting.
Let's go.
So that was a pretty sweet one.
Did you also
just
get
got
the
this-
Arrow?
I did. That one they haven't even announced it yet, have they?
I thought they did.
Yeah, they
They
just
cheat-
announced it. The
Oh,
4K version.
did they announce it today?
Yeah, but that's only for
It's
that's
only
not
UK.
US.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
only the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the UK rights. A24 kept the US, North American rights. They split it up. But yeah, that one's cool. This one literally just came in, but Red Eye. This is a new 4K of Red Eye. A little Paramount. It's got a
Is that
fold out
Cillian Murphy?
cover.
Oh yeah,
and-
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
That's
Cillian Murphy, Rachel McAdams, and Wes Craven
Wes
directed.
Craven. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been meaning
So
to
that one-
rewatch
Solid
that.
thriller.
I've been
Dude.
meaning to rewatch that. I can't find it anywhere.
I vividly remember seeing that in theaters.
So that's a 4K release.
It is, and I, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it even ever. It says right here, remastered for its debut on Blu-ray and 4K. So it never had
Whoa.
anything
Damn.
past DVD, which is why you couldn't find it anywhere. So
Hell yeah! I'm glad you showed me that because that one's been on my list. Whenever I have like a just a list to peruse the aisles whenever I'm bouncing around like the different video stores. Because I prefer to find stuff that way, it's more fun. The hunt is more fun than just
yeah.
googling and hitting add to cart and paying a premium. So
No.
so yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That's sick. Yeah.
And then just a couple, like these just came in from Warner Brothers too, which I don't think they come out for a couple weeks, but they got this Rebel Without a Cause 4K disc. They've got the Maltese Falcon on 4K and Cool Hand Luke, which I'm very excited to watch on 4K. So those
nice.
all just came. Actually, I don't think they're in stores yet, but they will be in the next couple of weeks. And then Flashdance came on 4K too, so that one's fun.
That is a
Nice.
solid dad movie. My dad
Yeah.
loves that movie,
Yeah.
and I'm confirming it is a dad movie. That plus Saturday Night Fever plus Grease, dad movies. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. All 3 of which you can get on 4K disc now.
Oh,
All
yeah.
3 of those.
I love the covers that they did, the slip covers that they did. Like, they're almost arguably better than the steelbooks. And, like, I'm kind of a steelbook nut. Chris is as well.
Yeah.
We just prefer having steelbooks over.
Yeah, I'd love a steelbook.
Is there any that you prefer as far as physical medium wise? Do you prefer steelbooks or the 4K with the slipcover or what?
I will go back and forth. You've got to sell me on the artwork. Like that's the thing. That's what gets me is like if like I have plenty of steel books, but I also have plenty that I just don't vibe with, so I just buy the standard one. It all comes down to the artwork because like otherwise I'm not like I gotta have a steel book or I gotta have a slipcover. I want to buy the movie first and foremost. But if you give me the package, like there's some of the ones that like Lionsgate's doing that have these awesome slipcovers that like play into the art of the steelbook.
Yeah.
And, like you do something cool like that, yeah, I'm all in.
Lionsgate is killing it with those designs and slipcovers. Like that, they just announced one for Crank that I pre-ordered immediately.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That looks incredible.
Yeah, the Reservoir Dogs one they did.
That
is
one's sick.
I think it
amazing.
started with
Yep.
like American Psycho. That was like the first one that like
Yeah.
really
I think so.
got them on the map as far as like
Yeah.
design goes.
Yeah, at least as far as
Yeah.
on the map. Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, that one's yeah. Those are always so good, but yeah, I mean, Josh and I love a steelbook, but yeah, again, going back, if the art's good, the art's good.
Oh yeah, I definitely passed on plenty of steelbooks that are just like it just depends on the design. Like if they're minimal or something like that, like those are always a hard sell for me.
Yeah.
And then I'll just skip over it. Like I think the format is most important.
Yeah.
Like as far as 4K goes, if it's available on 4K, I'm going to get that
Right.
regardless. And then I will switch out a 4K into the steelbook if
Yeah.
I have to.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But then yeah, like one of the most egregious ones we've ever seen was that design for No Country for Old Men, that steelbook.
Oh my
That is the worst
God.
steelbook in history.
One of our favorite movies of all time, but it doesn't have a 4K release, by the way, to my knowledge, but
No.
it has the worst steelbook, one of the worst steelbook designs I've ever seen.
What is it? I don't know that one. What's it?
I think it's one of those ones. Have you seen? Sometimes they do this really fun thing where they put the tagline bigger than the movie title. It's super neat. So when you read it, you think that's what the movie's called, when really it's like
Live, die, repeat. End of
Yeah.
tomorrow.
exactly
End of
like
tomorrow.
you ever fuck up a marketing poster so hard you have to change the name of the movie. That's what
Yeah.
happened with Edge of Tomorrow. They're like, so is it Live, Die, Repeat or
Yeah.
And then they're like, you know what? Yeah, it is. So they literally fucking had to like make a synonymous title. But yeah, if you just Google No Country for Old Men steelbook, I mean, I'll edit it into the video, but it's just
egregious. It's really
just so uninspired and dog shit. So that's a hard pass. Do you have
know
a
what?
favorite piece of? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I saw one of you guys got the Kung Fu Hustle steelbook.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think
Yeah, I
think-
snagged that.
Movie
was
Trade
that one of
Company,
those
right?
like minimalist design ones?
No, so that one is
Pop
actually
art?
really dope. That's like the fist punching through the lollipop, and it's like really, it's a very pop art, very colorful.
Pop art ones. Okay.
Yeah, I
Those-
love that.
I have a bunch of those too, and some people just hate them when I pull them out and show them off, and they think they're the cheesy. I love pop art though, so I appreciate when you pulled that one out. I was like, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Nice.
But the minimal ones, I know what you're talking about. Sometimes those hyper minimal ones can really be a miss for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, they choose like
there's
just
one
the
of-
wrongest image.
Well, like,
Yeah.
what's the Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
That's a bad steelbook because it's just like a bowling pin, I think.
It's a bowling pin inside of a
Yeah.
White Russian or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
That
oh,
just-
remember this? It's like that's all those.
Remember when the bowling pin was in the White Russian?
yeah. Yeah. Those ones are always so like the whole motivation is remember this.
Yeah.
It's like it's one thing from the movie where it's like Whiplash had a pretty bad one too. The drumsticks and the drums.
Yeah, you replaced that one with a good one.
I literally bought it twice because I got shamed by our Discord and by, so I, like a dummy, I didn't watch any of your videos reviewing like the 4K about it because I heard Whiplash didn't actually have a true 4K. Is that true?
like, yeah, it wasn't a 4K transfer because it was a 2K intermediate, I think.
yeah, it was like a 2K digital movie. So
That would make sense given what it was.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
yeah, but so basically,
Like, just don't buy the 4K of Whiplash,
Right.
essentially.
yeah, it's one of those movies which I'm sure you've encountered where
Like
it's
Hereditary.
Yeah, it's like they just scaled it 200% and hit a sharpen on it or something, and you're like, what did they like? Yeah,
where you don't necessarily. The only thing with if they do a good job with the color, the HDR helps a lot sometimes. That's the reason why I bought Hereditary on a 4K disc, is because it's so dark that actually helps with the color a little bit. But yeah, Whiplash, I just looked it up, is one of those cases where like, there's not a $20 difference between the Blu-ray and the 4K.
That
disc.
should literally be illegal.
Yeah.
Like that's so fucked.
Kind of a bait and switch.
It's literally So anyways, I bought the steelbook that had the 4K in it, because the other one I think didn't say 4K, so I was like, well, I'll get the 4K steelbook. And then like everybody was like, there's a different design that's way better, and I was just like, oh shucks, fellas. And then basically I had to go back and
did you get the one with the big like symbol?
Yes.
It's just like all a symbol. Yeah. Okay.
That's the one. That's the one.
That is cool.
That's the better one. There was another one that's like
It's like a bloody drumstick.
Yeah, and it looks like MS Paint vector art drumsticks. They look really bad.
Yes, there's a whole line of. That's what I was gonna say. Is people hate those too.
Yeah,
and I don't blame them, because those are kind of lame.
That's lame.
Some a few of them have hit for me, but it's become such a cliche that they can miss, and when they miss, it's tough.
It's a hard miss. It's Microsoft Paint. Yeah, it looks
exactly.
like crap.
Yeah. And the little paperclip is still on the cover.
Yeah.
You're just like, do you need help designing this steelbook art? Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, you got anything else from that stack you want to share with us?
I pulled a couple more, and I'm glad we talked steelbooks. Got a couple steelbooks, but
let's go.
I got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K steelbook, which I love.
That is one of the coolest designs that come out so far this year.
I love the retro aspect of it.
That original poster art, that is what I have, the sealed VHS over in a display case, and that's what's on that VHS. This is the artwork. Cool. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It's so good. Even
they
though
had
the original
that other version,
artwork is really good too for Texas Chainsaw. The new, like the poster that it comes with, solid. I love that, but that original one sheet cover,
I'm a sucker for the original.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, so I got that one in. I reviewed that already, and then one I haven't reviewed but is coming soon is Dragon Slayer, which this is a cool steelbook because it does have the slipcover. So it gives you the slipcover, and then on the inside you get this pretty sweet steelbook with the dragon eye and everything. It's pretty dope.
Was that transparent, or did it slide out of there?
No, the slipcover is all like this is. It's totally covered.
Okay, I see.
It's got its own artwork, which is more like traditional.
That's pretty cool
to the movie, but
still really pretty.
Usually those give you the steel. It's kind of neat to like even have Lionsgate's been doing the transparent ones, but I'd never seen like Paramount now has this deal going on, which is never complain about that because they get scratched up. So I'm a fan of having the case over them.
Definitely.
Inside baseball question: do you have slip covers for your steelbooks? Do you do like the plastic covers?
I don't on all of them.
Same.
Like bagging and boarding for comics?
I do. No. I have some that are signed that like signed by the director that I've definitely protected. I have like 5 or 6 of those, but otherwise, unless it has like actual value, if it's just like a $5 steelbook, I keep it on the shelf and I don't use it as a Frisbee, but I don't put a case around all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough because we've looked into that. I think both of us have, and it's pretty expensive and also kind of difficult.
It can be.
I don't like the full boxes. I just want a slip to put up, like Lionsgate does. I just want a clear plastic slip.
Yeah,
and they don't. As far as I know, they don't make those.
Yeah, if I ever get one that is covered from somebody, or if it's like in the store for some reason, it's like still wrapped or sealed. Like I'll usually leave it sealed until I rewatch it. But yeah, that's about it.
Just get manga bags. They're literally that's exactly the same size.
Is it?
Yeah, and you can get a bag of like 100 for like $5. I'm serious.
I would.
Yeah,
just look it up.
I would never want to be associated with manga.
I understand why you say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have an all-time favorite piece of physical media?
Boy, from my own. So if you want to talk like stuff from my own collection that nobody else has. Or a very small amount of people have because they were some like promo copies and stuff. Those signed steelbooks are pretty near and dear to me. Like I have the steelbook of Us, Jordan Peele's movie with the really
Wow.
cool gold scissors, and he signed it with gold Sharpie.
Oh,
So
wow.
That's fucking sick.
it looks very cool. That's a big one. M. Night Shyamalan signed his Steelbook of Old, so I have that one too. And then
What do you think of the movie Old?
it's okay.
All right, moving right along.
It's all right. I mean, I can appreciate it,
Okay.
but it's not. I wouldn't rank it up there with
Signs?
Signs
Oh
or
my
The
God.
Village or Sixth Sense or any of those.
Yeah, those
So,
are all goated.
Village on
Yeah.
4K when?
Yeah, seriously.
probably never. But that's a whole different story. I think Fox owns it. But yeah, those are big. And then I have my Jingle All the Way Blu-ray signed by the director because that's my favorite Christmas movie of all time, and I'll fight for that one.
awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the best
I interviewed him
movies.
on my podcast. So I sent him. I got a full-size Turbo Man doll that he signed and the Blu-ray.
That's
so those are
amazing.
two pretty sweet pieces that go together.
That's amazing. We did that movie, didn't we?
We did. We
Yeah.
A
did
long time ago.
Christmas
Yeah.
one,
Yeah, that was.
It's so much fun.
It's a great. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
It's so stupid, but it worked. I was talking to him about it. I'm like, how the hell did you get Arnold Schwarzenegger, Phil Hartman, Rita Wilson, and Sinbad? Like, what a cast. Like,
Yeah.
where did that come from? That's the most...
And Darth Vader.
I couldn't pick a more diverse group of 4 people.
Yeah. And Phil Hartman is doing his usual shitty neighbor. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
So good at it.
one of the best performances.
yeah.
But yeah, that's like, and then the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like sealed VHS is pretty sweet. It still has like the original shrink wrap with the little MPI media on the side and some cool stuff like that. But like otherwise, what am I doing? I have my Halloween 35th anniversary Blu-ray signed by John Carpenter. That's a big one.
That's
sick.
amazing.
Hello. Like what the fuck am I doing? That's the biggest one.
So that would be.
Should have
your
put that
number
at the
one.
beginning.
Gun to your head, your house is burning down, and
Gun to my head, my house is burning down.
A bad day.
Yeah.
I'm taking that and then Jordan Peele if I have an extra second.
and then your child after
Yeah.
that. Yeah. If you
Notice
The
you
wife
didn't
gets the
mention
kids, I get the movies.
All right. So
Do we try and impress Jeff with our physical media
Please do.
pickups for
let's.
the week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Try
let's,
it.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about it.
All right. Who's going first?
Go ahead.
I'm going? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Girl with a dragon tattoo, baby.
Nice.
So now we have
Okay.
the Steelbook finally. Now
See,
this is
this is in one of those annoying cases that we don't want to put them in.
yes, I don't like this case. Fuck this case. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But look at this, man. It's just the poster art. It's just
Yep.
great.
Yeah, it's solid.
It's just a clean Steelbook with them laying in the bed on the inside here, Chris.
Yep.
Please don't steal that from me.
We're kind of far away from the cam, but I'm sure you're.
So
familiar.
is that new? I haven't seen that one.
No, I had to find that on eBay. That's a
Okay.
I think it's a European exclusive.
It is, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Good condition.
Cool.
I have this one, but in shittier condition, basically.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
And then I also
showed
have
up all scratched.
a Boogie Nights Steelbook.
Ooh.
Nice.
This is very hard
I
to
love
find.
Boogie Nights.
I love that retro art.
Paul Thomas,
Yep.
like just to have a Paul Thomas Anderson Steelbook.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got the Master and There Will Be Blood.
I know,
I know that. I'm me.
Sorry.
but you gotta get
All of them.
you gotta get it.
Yeah, Boogie Nights is fantastic. Shout out to Roller
That's
Girl.
nice.
Okay, and then this one is near and dear. The fact that this exists blows my goddamn mind. So I'm a big Nicholas Winding Refn fan. I loved the Neon Demon. I love Drive, obviously.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. He's great in that. He's truly, truly great. I even like Only God Forgives. Whatever. I found the Pusher trilogy steel book,
I
dude.
just met her.
That's wild that you found that.
So I found this. This is a special story because I found this in Austin while working. Essentially, went into a video store. It's called Waterloo Records. Had no clue this even existed. So the fact that there is a Pusher trilogy steel book in existence.
It's so wild. I
Blows
like
my mind.
I love all the stickers. That's like, this is Region B.
Don't come back asking for a refund when it doesn't work.
Yeah. It's like, what's a Region B? Like, people don't even know.
Yeah.
This is so wild. Blu-rays, I'm Steelbook.
It's like
such
German or something.
So incredibly German.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is incredible find.
you
This
got
is
Das Ding.
yeah. This is insane. And you found it, like the fact that you didn't have to hunt on eBay for this.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think that's the
crazy.
best part. I didn't know this existed. The fact that it was just sitting there, I was stressing out about work. Obviously, I'm traveling for work, traveling for business, and then just to pop in and find something like this felt kismet. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like I was really meant
It's the
to be
best
in here.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a meet cute with the Pusher Trilogy
Yeah.
steelbook. he's like, oh, there you What are you
doing
What
here?
are you doing? What?
Get some coffee?
Oh, just a guy down on his luck.
Yeah.
And then sees the light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
those are my pickups, all steel books. And then of course I have the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo original trilogy
That's hard.
Blu-ray box set.
I haven't seen
Jeff,
that
I
one.
feel like you
Nice.
probably have this already.
I think I have that.
I think
That's what
I think
happens when
so.
you have 2K in your collection. You're
Yeah.
like, you know what?
I
Probably.
I probably do have that.
that is the problem. Is I see so many of them, and I know
That's awesome.
I have this weird encyclopedia of like, yeah, I've seen all these releases from people on Instagram, and I'm like, do I actually have that, or have I just seen it 5 times?
yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
right.
anything that has like a leather-bound case,
Oh yeah.
a
Yes.
leather-bound box set with like the little emblem on it, dude.
Yeah, that's a really good.
Come on.
I haven't seen that one. I want that one now.
Thanks for this gift, Josh.
You're welcome, Alex.
Yeah. Nice.
And also shouts to the Zorro steelbook. I had to get the Mask of Zorro.
Yes.
Nice. Is this new?
Yeah, this
Oh,
is new
okay.
4K.
The
Yep.
original movie?
Yep.
Oh, not the original, but the
Yeah.
Yeah, not the 30s
Yeah.
Zorro.
right. Which you're gonna watch for your horror. You're
He's gonna watch for his book.
yeah.
No, it's yeah, it's really great.
Nice.
It's really great.
How about Alex? You gonna impress Jeff?
Let's go.
I think
No
I'm
one's
winning,
gonna impress Jeff. First
I'm
of
winning
all.
so far.
I'm
All right.
easily impressed. Let's do it.
I've already
Those
showed
were
this
impressive
off.
picks.
Sorry, I've already showed this off before on the show, but I'll never miss a chance to show it off. And it's the Godzilla
Yes,
Showa
I know what this
era
is.
Criterion. This is probably the coolest thing I own in general, just because of the packaging and all the movies in there. Let me take that out. So there's like a 15-page little mini book in here, and every page has like unique art for the specific movie that it's about.
I'm pretty sure Jeff has this one. Jeff.
Yeah, I'm assuming you own this.
He's like,
I actually had 2 of them because they sent me one damaged, and Criterion was super cool, and we're just like, here, have another one.
Nice.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
My brother and I both have one because I gave it to him.
Yeah.
Nice. Good deal.
The only thing I don't like about it is that the discs are like crazy hard to get out of the packaging.
Yes, I hate those sleeved discs that you have to scrape against the cardboard to get out.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm going to break them every single time.
I love the texture
But
of
it
the,
is
the book.
It's incredible, and the artwork on it is just incredible. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a display piece all day.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's so good.
Do you have a favorite one out of this collection?
Anything with Mechagodzilla,
For real. Agreed.
yeah,
Are you a fan of Shin Godzilla? Have you seen that?
I have. Yeah, I mean, I don't love. I like the new. I don't know why. I like the new Godzilla movies better than that one, but I appreciate that one for what it was doing and what it is. Like, I appreciate the throwback that was.
Godzilla vs Kong is like one of the best action movies I've ever
It goes
seen.
so hard.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's such a good popcorn movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite a good popcorn movie as 2000's Godzilla, starring Matthew Broderick,
Not quite.
with the soundtrack by Puff Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a soft spot for that though.
Me too.
Yeah. I think we all saw that like 100 times when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why. And it
Yeah.
had all the toys and everything. Godzilla 2000. That was a big deal.
the
Yeah.
McDonald's didn't they have the McDonald's toys for that?
Yeah, there was like
Yes.
like a cup or a straw or something.
Yep.
Next up, I have 2 Criterion editions of. These are live action adaptations of mangas by Kazuo Koike. So I'm the anime YouTube trash goblin of this podcast, and I read
Okay.
manga. I'm a degenerate.
He reads cartoons backwards, and that's
Right.
That's how we put it.
And that's not a false statement, but these are based off of his works, and they're pretty good. Lone Wolf and Cub, I will say, is miles better than Lady Snowblood.
And that one's Criterion.
Yeah, they're both Criterion.
Oh, cool.
If you want to check these out.
I did not know.
I actually do.
Did not know there were manga adaptations in the
I
Criterion.
really want to watch this.
Yeah, you can borrow it.
All right.
I also have.
It's mine
Lady
now.
Snowblood's that's original Kill Bill, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I have that one. I don't think I have Lone Wolf and the Cub yet.
That was pretty cool.
Super
pretty cool art.
Cool.
Dang.
I don't think either of them reach the heights of their source material, but they're both absolutely worth watching.
So sick.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Anything else?
Yes. Ron by Akira Kurosawa.
Oof.
Oh, you got one.
This one I just watched like last week. So this has the slipcover,
Whoa.
and it's got that.
That's
and
fucking
it's
hard.
pretty fucking cool if you want to look at.
Yeah,
that.
that's one of the best.
Is that a
steelbooks.
Lionsgate slipcover?
I think it is.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's got that
That
transparent
was.
thing too.
Did you just get that at Best Buy?
I got this probably close to 6 months to a year ago, somewhere between there, and I didn't watch
Okay,
it till like
'cause
last week.
They like were gone forever, and
Yeah.
now I have one, but now I've been getting messages from people like, "Go to Best Buy, the steelbook's back," and I'm like, "Well, luckily I have one." But yeah, those were selling for crazy numbers on eBay.
Yeah, in the past few weeks, Best Buy has just been doing these random steelbook restocks, like Scream.
I feel like they just find boxes in warehouses and then like stuff just pops up.
Yeah.
Like they've always had these. They were not out of print. Somebody just put them in the wrong section in the Best Buy warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally. Yeah.
something. Yeah,
They're
but
like,
they
"Oh,
don't
shit."
even care about physical media. They're like, oh yeah, it's
They
over
don't.
there.
yeah. Anyways,
We got Magnolia Home Theater systems to sell, so
yeah, exactly.
Before we run out of time, Chris, you want to?
Yeah, I'll fly through these. I've got this box set, this huge Monta box set I got via group buy on Instagram.
the Manta Lab box set.
The Manta Lab 2001 came with like 2
Damn.
steelbooks on the inside, a monolith figurine, huge art book on the inside. It's nuts. 4K, obviously. I own that movie probably, I think 8 or 9 times now, just in different steelbook formats.
It's his favorite
and-
movie of all time. So
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah. I did want to get into, if we had time, I wanted to ask you about Funko, like dissolving Mondo.
oh,
We can do
yeah.
it. So I don't have like we can go. I'm cool.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
We're good. I'll text the wife and tell her, give me a few.
Yeah,
Cool.
No worries.
But we're fine. Kids are asleep. I'm good to go.
Nice.
Nice.
Excellent.
This Ex Machina larger box set. I don't remember where this one was from.
That was a Zavi exclusive.
Zavi exclusive, thank you.
Yeah.
So it had a little art book. It's got the steel book, which has
I love
that.
the
Yeah.
back and front
That's
situation.
awesome.
it's Ava Robot and Ava in the dress. It's just phenomenal. One of my favorite movies of all time, and I think one of my favorite shelf pieces. I just love the clean white
Yeah.
So
art
good.
on that.
Yep.
Like the house it takes place in.
Yep, I've got the Mondo, the Thing.
Oh, I have that.
Yes, yeah, you do have that. It's interesting. You have it.
I had that before you. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
he did have that before you, which makes
did.
him more of a fan of that edition than you.
You know what? I can't argue with that. It's not like his friend told him about this steelbook when he was trying to buy a different steelbook, and I was like, no, you should buy the Mondo one. That's not what happened, right?
That's not what happened
No.
because I already had it. It's the weird thing.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
Knew it
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, and
You actually downloaded the info into your brain. You didn't need him to tell you.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you were trying to buy like a bootleg DVD with like a printed, like someone like
I was
printed off
trying
like
to buy the Das Ding version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the German Das Ding.
Das Ding. But this art is one of the coolest arts I've ever seen. Like it's the most gothic, fucking just insane. Obviously, and the Thing is one of the best.
And shouts to Mondo and fuck Funko Pop.
Yeah, we'll get into that, but that's one of my. I gave up and had to pay a hefty dollar on eBay, like 80 or something for that.
Yeah.
I don't like to go that high, but when it's for something that good, I make the leap. This It Follows steelbook is just always one of my favorites.
That's
So
one.
good.
It's just
Yep.
that vintage art look. I always bring
Yeah.
this up when we're talking
That
physical
has
media.
a 70s slasher feel to it. It's one of the best
Yeah, totally.
artworks for any steelbook.
And the film itself is just incredibly unique and cinematography is phenomenal. And that particular art, I'm just a huge fan of. Like you were saying earlier, it always goes back to the art. So,
Oh yeah.
huge fan of this Alien 6 film collection steelbook I have. Love that. And then one of my most recent pickups, I had to. Evil Dead Rising is coming out soon, and Evil Dead 2013 is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I've got the classic red steelbook of Evil Dead 2013 already, but I found out this existed, and I had to get it with
Yeah.
Demon Mia with the split tongue. It's part of that pop art collection, Project Pop Art. Just a phenomenal steelbook and phenomenal piece of art, and that's another one I had to shell out 94
Yeah.
because I'm a slut. So
Shout out
steelbooks-
Caleb for getting it for like $1.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have a listener that like just found that exact steelbook in some weird Texas town for $12.
yeah.
Oh man.
And what's that stack over there?
Oh, this is also my other favorite movie, The Fountain, directed by Darren Aronofsky, and
Because he loves The Fountain.
It's his favorite movie.
it's my favorite movie, and I only accept DVD widescreen editions of it.
So, Jeff, our listeners constantly send Chris copies of The Fountain on DVD.
Because they get me.
Okay.
I've also got 2 Blu-rays here.
Yeah, but I don't acknowledge the Blu-rays. I'm just
Really
a fan of the
important.
DVDs of The Fountain by Darren Aronofsky.
I love it.
Yeah, but anyways,
I do have 2
What are
more
you up to
items. Clanad. This is Chris's favorite anime. It's a slice of life.
You have to watch 40 episodes. To...
Yeah, it gets good after about episode 41.
Jeff, don't listen
So,
to this, man.
listen. The slipcase actually is pretty good. It's pretty... See, it slips, and it's a case.
nice.
So it... And yeah, there you go.
It's a slip
Works
of life.
as intended.
And then you should just watch this. It's a good movie.
Your name? I have heard it's really good.
Very good.
Oh, I've heard good things about that.
Yeah.
And Josh will never watch it because it's anime.
Never, ever.
Yep.
Look, I don't deny that I'm a degenerate.
That likes anime and backwards cartoon.
Yes.
How are you on anime films or anime in general, Jeff?
I'm pretty much. I don't know much about any of them. I really.
Yeah.
Jeff has
My-
really of jellyfish eyes. Remember, you liked that one a lot, didn't you?
That was the dumbest movie I've ever bought. I think that was what the video was. I said this is the worst purchase I've ever made, and it was. You know what though? It was $1 at a Goodwill somewhere. That's how I ended up with it.
And it's
because
still
somebody
the
else
worst
said this is the
purchase.
worst purchase I've ever made and put it in Goodwill.
I mean, you see a Criterion for $1, you pick it up, of
Yeah.
course.
That's why it happened, and then I put it in. I lasted about 10 minutes. So
Yeesh.
Oh, yikes.
Yikes.
yeah, no, I haven't really. I don't get into it, but I know the big ones, and I know Pokemon. So that's about it.
Yeah, I feel you. Do we want to play a game to wrap this up? Anything else?
Did you want to ask about Mondo real quick, though?
Oh yeah, you have a minute to break that down?
Yeah.
So
Let's
I
do
think
it.
you're the expert on this. I just saw, a few things floating around on Twitter about it and etc. Can you tell us, for those that don't know, what's going on?
Yeah, so I don't remember when the Funko Corporation, whatever the hell they're called now, because they do so much outside of just Funko Pop at this point. But they purchased Mondo at some point, right? With the intent to, I mean, it made sense at the time. Like the audiences overlap. Like if you could keep Mondo going, made sense as a business acquisition.
And Mondo does genuine works of art.
Yeah, absolutely. Like in those, they were doing the steelbooks for a bit. They haven't done one in a while, but they did a whole steelbook run that was very popular. They have these great
The Avengers
poster
steelbooks, like all of
artists.
those Marvel ones are actually really great.
Yeah. So I mean, they get like the nerd, the geek, the collector. Like they're very good at that. So I understand the acquisition, but yeah, apparently it was either, I can't remember if it was later, was it last week at this point, but they basically laid off the entire staff and were just like, we're done. Mondo is doors closed, everyone's gone. This, I would call it, maybe it didn't last long enough, but I would say iconic brand is just dead at this point because big corporation fucked it all up and didn't know how to use them correctly and didn't give them the resources or whatever it ended up being and just stripped them down and killed them, which really sucks.
Yeah.
And this is a company that just sent truckloads of their own product to a landfill because they couldn't
Sell them?
because it was more cost effective to throw them away than just give away Funko Pops.
Crazy.
Because they
pulled a
want
fucking
that
ET.
perceived rarity of Funko Pops.
Right. Exactly.
I don't get the crazy demand and collectors for specifically Funko Pops. Like,
We should have Isaiah on the show to explain it because
Yeah.
he dedicates
But, I mean,
half his house to those.
To be fair, I mean, they're collectors for everything. And that's just one of those things that we don't get.
Yeah.
There are people that don't understand collecting steelbooks the way that we do, or Blu-rays or 4Ks for that matter.
Or dead mediums like VHS.
yeah.
Exactly. Like we collect those. So I can't hate on Funko Pops as a product.
I can easily.
Yeah.
But the fact that they just dissolved, artists
Yeah.
essentially, like an artist created venture like Mondo.
I'm curious. I would love to get to the bottom of it. That would be sick to actually reach out to people and try and figure out, because I'm curious if Mondo was struggling and that's why they had to sell, and maybe there could be some aspect of the story like that. I doubt the acquisition was. I doubt they would surrender to a huge corporation like Funko if they could have stayed afloat on their own. I'm assuming they may have.
I don't know. Stuff like that is always so predatory when it comes to like the larger corporations.
True. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it could be not necessarily competition, like, because they're not really competing with Funko Pop, but it could be one of those things where they're like, yeah, I see what they're doing, and then someone acquires them, and then some other person 3 levels up and in a conference room looks at a spreadsheet and is like, what's all that red?
Yeah.
And then they're like, get rid of that.
These
and
aren't maximally returning profits.
Yeah. And
not really considering the art behind it, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is what it is, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, having been a part of several business acquisitions in my professional life, that the issue is you buy these places up, and sometimes it is like they need some help, but you also probably sell them a story which isn't entirely true, or somebody retires, or whoever was running Mondo is just I've done this for a while, I'm exiting, so I'm going to sell this to somebody else, because they have the ownership stake, whatever it may be. But like most times, if you're good at it, you can bring them in and you let them do their own thing, because most of the time when you bring them in and you try to make Mondo Funko, it doesn't work, and the people don't want to work for you. I wouldn't be surprised if people left well before this because they got frustrated. Different artists just said, I'm out of here, because I can't imagine they had near the same level of creative freedom that they had when they were just Mondo. Like, now you've got corporate overlord you've got to please and run everything up the chain, and that kills your creativity. And like, I would bet that they had a lot of turnover and people took off and went to other places where they could do art and it wasn't corporate art.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
that's
the business
most likely
model-
what happened, and then it just died.
Yeah. And the business model in corporate America is green always. Like, it needs to be in the green no matter
Right.
what. If it's not,
Then someone's
layoffs.
got to,
Layoffs.
It's the same issue with physical media. Like, I talked to the guys my podcast drops this on Friday. I don't know when this posts, but I talked to the guy who's operations manager at Vinegar Syndrome, and I was just like, how do you guys put out something like Devonsville Terror, which is like the most obscure shit ever, and stay in business, but Disney refuses to just put out like, all the Fox back catalog, and that they can make money off of it. And that was his whole thing, is like, that's corporate. That's big corporate. They want to sell 10 million. They don't give a shit. We can sell 1,000 and be super happy with what we did and still be profitable because we're not overextending ourselves. So
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're not overproducing.
most likely what happened. Mondo was probably profitable enough for Mondo and not profitable enough for Funko, and just poof, we're done with you guys. Cut the fat.
Yikes. Yeah, shout out to
sucks.
those shitty Disney steelbooks they're releasing, by the way.
Oh my God.
Those
like literal just steel
yeah,
with
It's
a little
brutal.
tiny
Looks
picture.
like
a little
shit.
yeah, it's worse than the minimal stuff. I would
That's
take
really
the
bad.
minimal stuff over
yeah.
like the clip art of just like
Yeah.
the Little Mermaid is on a steel box.
They just literally just lasered a small design onto. Yeah.
Like, imagine
terrible.
buying that Wall-E and then not getting the Criterion
Yes.
Wall-E,
right.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
Such a shame.
while we have you, I know we're running out of time here, but
You're okay. Let's do it. Whatever you want.
What's up with Fincher not having any 4K releases or transfers?
From what I've heard, Fincher's just a maniac when it comes to his stuff. So there's an approval process. This is the reason why James Cameron doesn't have as many movies either, because he's an absolute maniac and wants to make sure it's perfect. So the Abyss 4K restoration's been done for like 8 years.
Wow.
And it's never been released because he hasn't signed off on it, because he's been playing in the world of Pandora for the last 13. Like, he was not focused on that whatsoever. So
That's why there's no
hopefully
True Lies either, right?
right, there's no True Lies. You still don't have an Avatar, the original Avatar, on like a 4K release, which would make total sense to do.
Right.
They're supposed to be coming this year, because I think he's motivated now with the new movie. But Fincher's the same way. He's just a real stickler, and he's been working on a ton of other projects and just isn't. They don't have a focus on that, and they have final say on everything that gets done. And I've also heard some of his stuff just doesn't lend itself well to 4K. Like Zodiac, I'd love on 4K, but it's really shot with like digital cameras at 1080. Like it was one of those movies that when they were playing around with like hand cameras and like it looks amazing, but what I've been told is like that one would take a lot of work to make look right, and I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze to put it out in 4K. Yeah. So
I think
there's some of that too.
Is Panic Room the same way? Because that doesn't even have a Blu-ray release.
Dude, I would take Panic Room over Mank. You know what I mean? Like,
oh fuck,
over Mank existing, I would rather take Panic Room on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
just Blu-ray.
No, I don't know what the deal is with Panic Room, or like Panic Room makes sense, Seven makes sense, Fight Club. Well, that's tied up with Fox now in a way, so that's the other issue. It all comes down to rights and licensing and who has sign off, and that's the only reason something like that doesn't get made, because those are definitely profitable. Like I don't think anybody can say, let's do some sweet 25th anniversary of Fight Club, which I think would have been like last year or the year before,
right?
And get it out on 4K with awesome. I mean, that's gonna sell. You're gonna make money on that.
Yeah.
So the reason it doesn't come out is just something's tied up somewhere. That's the case with most of this stuff when I ask people.
Yeah, it gets really dicey with legal and rights. And
it
stuff.
does.
It sucks.
Yep. I mean, you want to talk right? The Weinstein stuff is the biggest shame that's ever happened, because one asshole is going to lock up hundreds of movies for infinity.
Yeah.
Like
really,
they're part of the legal fight. Like his rights, if when it goes to civil cases and he has to pay things out, he's going to say he's bankrupt. So they have to auction off things that he owns, and what he owns is the IP. So they're either going to give it to the people who are suing him, and like some person is going to own the rights to Dogma, or they're going to auction it off to the highest bidder and take the money and get, which is probably more likely.
Yeah.
But then you run the risk of them pulling like a Wu-Tang thing where some asshole spends $5 million to buy the rights to Dogma and says, nobody's ever going to watch this again, I'm keeping it.
Wow.
Which is also super scary. So that's wild. You get into rights issues there. That's one of the biggest ones that nobody's really talking about, because that ties up so much. That guy, he fucked up a lot of movies releases.
I want a Dogma 4K supervised by Ashley Judd. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
She has to approve everything.
That would be amazing.
She may end up owning it.
Yeah.
But it's just those situations. And I've heard like there's like pharmaceutical companies that own the rights to a movie because it got tossed around in acquisition and then company dissolved, and it got handed to somebody in the family, and then they work for this company, and it's like stuff is just all over the place. It gets really, really messy.
It's wild.
That's insane.
Big fucking Fauci owns like the rights to the Power Rangers movie or some shit. It's wild.
Right. It's nuts, but that's what's happening. The
Crazy.
legal stuff is insane. It's a web.
Crazy, man. All right. Well,
Time for a game, I think.
yeah, let's wrap this up with a little game.
All right. So, Jeff, I got a game. I've tailored it to you this time. I think you're going to do well. We're going to do the actor game with Denzel Washington.
I thought this was coming. I had a feeling when you mentioned it at the beginning, I was like, he's going to go Denzel.
I got to go Denzel. All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. Do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, and I'm trying to think, should I go like obscure, or should I just get an easy one out of the way? I'm going to keep the obscure ones in my back pocket and just go with Training Day.
Well played.
The Equalizer.
All right. I got to go. Oh, my gosh. I can't even think of one. Philadelphia. When you're under the gun like that. Denzel Washington, Chris.
Denzel Washington. He's a prolific actor.
Yeah,
He's one of the most famous on earth.
He's in a lot of movies. Malcolm X.
Okay. We'll keep it easy. I'll just go. How about The Equalizer 2?
All right.
Okay, we'll allow
All
it.
right.
We usually don't do sequels.
You
but
can't.
we'll
You
allow
can't
it.
do. I'll take it back.
All right.
You want me to do a different one? I'll do a different one.
He's like, yeah, fuck
do it.
you. I can do a different one.
I'll do a different one. How about Denzel? What do I want to use here? Let's go Flight.
He's looking at his Denzel collection right behind the camera. I can see it.
I got nothing.
Macbeth.
The Tragedy of Macbeth, you're actually out.
Oh my!
No, I'm kidding. You're fine. Let me go with. I already said. Okay, I'm gonna go Mississippi Masala.
Jesus.
Good one.
Great movie. In the Criterion Collection, baby.
Book of Eli.
That's a good one too. Boy, what do I want to use here? This is like I've got a few. I'm gonna pick which one to use.
I'm over here trying to pick a movie
Yeah.
at all, and he's
Let's do Glory.
Nice.
Nice.
John Q.
Remember the Titans.
fuck. Just swap the rug out from under me.
That's literally always how I get knocked out.
When you have one in your head, you're like, I'm safe, and then someone says it.
You're like, fuck.
I'm out.
Wow, already. All right.
Woo. Taking an L.
All right, Jeff.
Fences.
Solid movie.
We're gonna get to the point that we can't even fact check him. He could
a
just
really
be
good one.
naming
Yeah.
random shit. Fences.
He's in the movie Poop
patios.
Fucking paint.
The Man Who Cried.
I'm just gonna sit here forever, so I'll just say I'm out.
All right.
Oh boy.
Jeff, I'm typically really good at this game, so
1v1.
let me do Hurricane.
That's a good one. The Little Things.
Ooh.
That was the one I was trying to think of, and I couldn't.
That was a
Jared
very
Leto.
mid movie. I did
Yeah,
not
It
like
was,
that one.
yeah.
It's a COVID buried one.
Yeah, exactly.
Denzel Washington
Very famous actor.
is a very famous actor.
One of your favorites.
Yeah.
He really is.
You have a good impression, don't you?
Oh please.
That's it.
It's in the
just
lips.
Just a mouth
It's
thing.
all-
It's
yeah.
a mouth thing.
Yeah.
You just-
It's like sucking the bottom lip in and out. It's like,
Denzel Washington. Shit.
take that fucking L, dude.
Yeah.
I'm out. Jeff, you got one more?
I mean, I got like 10 more. You want me to go?
Fucking pooped on.
Get fucking bodied.
I got
I
bodied,
mean-
man.
Man on Fire, Out of Time.
Let's go.
Roman J. Israel, Esquire.
Oh, yeah, you did do that.
Literally sounds
let
made
me
up. but
think.
Okay.
I only
Safe
know that
House,
That's an Apple
stuff
TV
on-
Ryan
joint.
Reynolds.
Nice.
Two Guns, Mark Wahlberg. Taking of Pelham 123. I just
Oh,
reviewed
shit.
the original today.
Killing it.
He's got a bunch out there, man.
Fucking-
Deja Vu, that's his too.
Oh, yeah. Deja Vu was so weird.
Unstoppable.
Oh, Inside Man. Didn't say that.
Oh,
Inside Man, great.
Spike
The
Lee joint.
Siege, that was the one I was keeping in my back pocket. Was The Siege.
The Siege.
Bone Collector is another one that's
Bone
great.
Collector. I love that movie. Shit.
And Fallen, that's a good serial killer movie. If you haven't seen Fallen,
Okay, maybe we don't do your favorite actor of all time. How about-
he got Game. I mean, yeah.
all right, let's
He's pretty-
let's do a challenge. Chris, you want to pick, or Jeff, you want to pick one? Pick an actor.
So I just pick an actor.
Yeah.
Or here's
Okay.
what we could do. One of those
me
movies
on
from your
spot.
watch list, you want to try and guess the Rotten Tomato score.
Good idea.
Let's switch it up.
Okay. Something from my watch list. We guessed the Rotten Tomatoes. So I wonder if I'd be super curious to see if Devonsville Terror even has a Rotten Tomatoes
Yeah.
score.
Well, let's
But
give it a
that would
shot.
be
Let's give it a shot.
That would be a tough guess because I have no clue how that was recepted back in 1970, whatever.
All right. It's like one review from 1970s on Rotten Tomatoes.
This movie's fucked up.
It's like, yo, this movie's fucked. It's the first Rotten Tomatoes review ever written.
This is fucked up. All right, let's give it a shot.
Yo, this is kind of fucked up. That's it. All right.
What are stars?
What do you think the Rotten Tomato score is going to be?
Give him some music.
Hold on.
What was the Rotten Tomato score, Jeff?
I'm gonna think. I think it was probably Rotten.
Okay.
Back in the. I'm gonna go 37.
Ooh, okay.
In a row?
45. Nice.
Alex? 45?
45.
I'll go 46. Fuck you.
Nice.
What about you, Josh?
I'm going to go with... let me do 68.
Okay. All right.
Go, bump it up one more.
You pulling it up?
69.
Nice.
Nice. All right, Chris, you want to ask Alexa?
Alexa, what was the Rotten Tomato score for Devonsville? Alexa, what was the Rotten Tomato score for Devonsville Terror?
Sorry, I'm not sure about
Yeah.
that.
I
No
didn't
way.
think so.
You didn't know?
It's gonna be
Alexa.
too obscure, probably. I'm gonna see if I can find it though. Maybe it's just Alexa. Sometimes she sucks.
All the time.
She's our worst co-host by
Yeah.
far.
I would flog her if I could.
It's on there, but it has one critical review.
Let's go.
No percentage?
That's not going to work. It has an audience score.
Yeah.
What's the audience score?
No percentage, just the one review. Audience score is 25%.
Yeesh.
Yikes. All right, Jeff wins that.
Technically, Jeff takes another W. And he's the one that wrote the review. Yeah.
I am the one review.
Yeah.
What else? Let's do one of those 1920s, because you know what those are going to be. It's going to be reviews from like people now who have written stuff for Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting because you got to play that. Like, you know, people are going to overrate it compared to
They're like, it's old and I'm
somebody in
interesting.
19
So
Ernest Borgnine is actually a genius.
Right. So like do the Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
What's your score?
81.
That's solid.
81.
All right.
Phantom of the Opera.
I was gonna
That's
say
a solid guess.
I was gonna say 85, so I'll do 85.
70.
All right, I'm going 94
Ooh,
Wow.
that's high.
because people are pretentious.
Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah.
We got to make sure we get the right Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
Alexa wouldn't have given you that.
I've seen the musical live and it actually goes fucking ham.
It's good?
It's really good.
Just fill the dead air, Alex.
What's the deal with chairs with wheels? Do you want to sit down or do you want to go somewhere? What's up with that? I mean, what are we doing here? Get out of the wheelchair.
I'm sitting in a chair with wheels right now, and I'm not moving.
You want to sit down or you want to go somewhere?
All right, Phantom of the Opera, 1943. Is that the correct one?
It would be even earlier. It'd be like 1925.
Humphrey Bogart.
Come on, Chris.
I'm ruining your game by picking these obscure ass things.
No.
Phantom of the
You wanna
Opera
pick
is not
something?
super obscure.
Yeah, I've heard
The
of
OG one, I don't know.
it. We get it, John Wick Chapter 4, you're out. Quit putting fucking ads everywhere.
Jeff, are you going to go see
Nothing.
John Wick Chapter 4?
I probably will. I have not been to the movie theater in like a year and a half having these kids, and I think that's the one that's going to get me out.
Nice.
That's a very good one to go back to the theaters for. All right, so I got
Yeah.
the Rotten Tomatoes score. You said how much?
81.
81. I
81.
said 85. You said,
70.
and you said
94.
it is 90% Rotten Tomatoes score.
Let's go, dude.
Josh won by 1%.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. That's really high.
Yeah.
You're so right about like, oh, the 19.
That's too high.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah,
lack of
that-
Those are
sound.
fucking words, dude.
Yeah,
what do you
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
That should be a 50, dude.
It's a lady and
Yeah,
like fast forwarded going meh, 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 and then a fucking
Yeah,
title card.
I mean, it's
And someone's
it's
like, that's
cool,
better than
but
Dune.
it's- yeah, that's people trying to be interesting.
Exactly.
How do you feel about David Lynch?
He's a wacky dude, man. I don't know.
Do you like his movies?
I don't
Do
know
you
how to
enjoy them?
feel about him.
If you
I
can't
like
believe
it. I like his stuff.
Yeah.
We're very
I do
much
like
an
his stuff.
anti-David
Some of
Lynch.
it's a little too weird.
Yeah. We're in the camp of it's all too weird.
I want to like it so bad.
I know.
Like,
Me too.
I try so hard to like everything I watch, and every time I'm like, I just can't fucking.
Yeah.
It's just like the Criterion Collection. Like, there are some that are just like, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and that's why all of his are in there,
Exactly.
Yeah.
or most of them.
Exactly.
and 2001 is not for some reason.
Jesus.
exactly. But they added Barry Lyndon in there.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Fucking boring.
I mean, I love Kubrick, but that's his most boring film. I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
in my opinion.
Your favorite's Lolita, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's
It's not problematic at all.
no, it's a great movie that I don't own on Laserdisc and Blu-ray or anything. Anyways, about wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Jeff from Films at Home. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Did you
you.
have anything you wanted to plug?
Yeah.
Tell us about the podcast. Tell our listeners about the podcast, please.
Yeah. So I mean, you can find me everywhere. You search Films at Home, I'll probably come up. But Films at Home on YouTube, that's where I do primarily like reviews and like home entertainment, physical media, collecting topics. If you get any interest in that stuff, you probably find something over there you like. And then the Films at Home podcast, we keep it very branded and simple here. You find me on any of your podcast apps, same thing, Films at Home podcast. But over there, what I've been doing is I've done a couple episodes by myself, just like kind of ranting on longer form topics, but most of it is interviews with people in the industry. So like I have talked to a handful, or maybe even just one or two people like actually make movies, but I've talked to like people who do artwork for steelbooks and releases, and I've talked to people multiple times, a couple different guys who do special features production work and talk about how that works behind the scenes, doing interviews and commentary tracks, and talking to guys at some of the labels like Vinegar Syndrome, or even Paramount and Warner and Fox and some of the big studios. I've talked to the home entertainment teams there, or people that used to work for them, to get an insight. So anything in that world, if you want to get really nerdy and geeky, the podcast is definitely like the next step in your obsession with physical media past the YouTube channel. So I've had fun doing it. There's some really cool episodes on there that I enjoyed, and I've interviewed just a few collectors too, and just talked shop and had some fun. So yeah, and then I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, LinkedIn. Find me everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm there.
You're on the internet.
Yeah,
I am on the internet.
Films at home on the internet. Awesome. Well, this was a huge pleasure for us. We've been huge fans of your channel for a long time.
Thank you.
And collecting media and collecting Blu-rays and steelbooks and all that. So thank you for coming on the show. And
Yeah, appreciate it.
Looking forward to all the future content you got putting out and everything. So
Thank you so much, Jeff. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys, and let's we'll do it again sometime.
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Right on.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to There Are Too Many Movies. $5 a month on Patreon. You don't need to play me out with music or anything. That's
No,
fine.
keep going, monologue.
Yeah,
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, it's a really nice vibe without the music. Yeah, there it is. Thank you. This is our Oscar music, basically, for when we've been talking too much, and then
No, it's not.
so yeah,
You gotta
$5 a
wrap it
month on Patreon will get you access to behind the scenes stuff, episodes, Discord. Jeff from Films at Home, check him out. Check out his YouTube. Check out his LinkedIn profile.
OnlyFans.
Check out Bulldog Video Store.
Bull Moose.
Bull Moose.
Not
Yes.
Bulldog.
Yeah.
Bull Moose.
Whatever. French Bull Moose.
A real animal.
Later, Toads.
Thank you, everybody. B.